Hello everyone. So let's talk about the final wrap up of this session of crisis management or online reputation. So the structure of our conversation was in three parts. Number one is what to do before a crisis explodes. And here we are more in a lifeguard mode, which is basically trying to get early warnings to get awareness about a potential problem. And this is very important because we need to react in a matter of minutes, maximum couple of hours, but not in a matter of days. So what do we need? Basically two things. First, social listening tools to listen to the conversation about our brand, products, people, top management, etc. out there in social media. And by the way, in the presentation that you can find in the folder, in the documents folder, in professor's presentation, you have like several tools that you can use for this purpose. And the other thing is a community manager that is able to interpret this data and to know when to speak in behalf of the company. So, as I said, this role of the community manager is sometimes difficult to find out because it needs to be senior enough in order to respond without asking permissions internally, and also it needs to have enough sensitivity to know what is the right tone in every situation to use in social media, which is not the same as in traditional media. Okay, and this is the first step, listening. Now, when a crisis is there, we need to react very quickly, as I said. So basically, we need to have a predefined crisis management plan. For example, what is going to be our message in every situation, in every scenario that we have anticipated, who is going to speak on behalf of the company. So there needs to be a protocol of who is responding in each situation and how we escalate these problems in the top management according to the severity. Remember the stress and effect. If we overreact, maybe we make the problem bigger. But if we don't give a good enough response, maybe we are not taking a problem seriously. Okay. So here in this part, we analyze a serious crisis like the Domino's Pizza and a couple of other situations like the Jesus shot and the Bodyform, which were not crises really. They were just small problems and people talking about it. So the point here is that when there is a conversation about your brand, even if it's a glitch, a problem, in some cases it's good to join, and in some cases it's good to use sense of humor, as we've seen in these two cases. That gives a very positive connotation to the brand, and also you leverage that from a viral marketing point of view. And then the third part, which is this one that we've seen, what to do after the crisis is gone. So here we are in a cleaning mode. We need to clean out this crisis from the first page of the results in Google or in YouTube. So here, pretty much as there is an SEO for search engines, there is an SEO for YouTube. So it is important to understand what are the ranking factors that YouTube uses. And it's basically the number of views, comments, and shares is very, very important, okay? And you don't control those factors. It's also important what is written in the title, in the tags, what is the text in the comments, etc. And the title and tags is something that is more in your control. But the point here is precisely what Virna said, which is if you don't have your branded content, let's say for example in this case in YouTube, a potential crisis that might happen to any brand, we've seen a lot of situations during this week in which that could happen to any brand really, no matter how good your alert systems are and your crisis management plan is. You might have 2 employees out of 125,000 employees that do crazy things. But from a communication point of view, what you want to do is proactively have some content on YouTube, in this case, associated to the brand, so that when someone goes to YouTube and searches for your brand name, like in the case of United Airlines, it's not the first results or the top results that you get is not a crisis that happened like 6 or 7 years ago, okay? So for that, you need to do branded content that hopefully is viral, because the number of views, shares, comments, likes, etc. are one of the most important ranking factors for YouTube, okay? And as I said, this is not something in your control. And you cannot start generating this branded content when the crisis is there, because it's not the right moment, and you cannot guarantee that you are going to generate a good enough content to occupy that space, okay? So this is an extra reason for doing viral marketing or branded content marketing on YouTube. So as Carmen, you very well said, you cannot control what is going to appear when someone searches for your brand name, but you can influence on that following Rustam and Virna's comments about generating your own content. Okay, so this is the final wrap-up, 3 messages. Before a crisis happens, we are in lifeguard mode. During the crisis is more a firefighter mode, with applying this crisis management plan very quickly. Something becomes trending topic very quickly in these days. And when the crisis is over, the cleaning mode, making sure that the first page of results in YouTube, when someone searches your brand name, is associated to the contents that you like, okay? So in the other session, we saw the viral effect from a positive point of view, which was viral marketing initiatives. Today, from a more negative point of view, which is managing crisis in social media. Thank you very much for your active participation, and have a very nice rest of the week and weekend. See you soon. Bye-bye.